Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live once again.
It's love.
What's up, my brothers? What's up, my brothers?
Good evening. What's up?
Hope everybody
is well.
All right, we're live on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, for the Intermittent Fasting Show with the Knight Brothers. And Q, man, we got some superstars up on here tonight, boy.
Yeah, man, I got to tell you, I'm really excited about tonight's show. This is one we've been looking forward to for some time, particularly with the guests we have, special guests we have tonight. Been trying to get this coordinated. We're finally able to get it done tonight. So I'm excited about tonight's show, man.
Yes, sir. How about you, my brother Arden? What's up?
Oh, wonderful, King, man. Always looking forward to this.
Awesome.
Pleasure
Awesome.
with you, gentlemen.
Yes, indeed. So we got some guests. We're going to introduce them. Y'all see their faces, but we're going to feature some people that's going to give y'all, y'all been clamoring and requesting information about exercise and fitness, and we got two gurus on here tonight, two power pack brothers. So without further ado, we're gonna jump into the introduction and welcome to the Intermittent Fasting Show with the Knight Brothers, my friends.
Yana.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The Knight Brothers Intermittent Fasting Show. Watching on Facebook.
Players, put your what y'all trying to do? Magic in the air. Head to toe so clear. Look out. Pop, pop, it's showtime.
It's showtime, baby. Showtime. Guess who's back again? All right, Q, you ready to crank it up tonight?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm so happy to be on tonight, y'all.
Absolutely, absolutely. Q, I did a trick on you tonight, my brother.
What you do, brother?
I changed your page up, into the Pittsburgh Steelers colors.
Oh, man, don't do that to me, man. You know I'm a Ravens fan. Come on, brother.
I had to do it to you because you was messing with me about the Redskins, so, I got a team with no nickname,
Oh, my God. That's a sad thing.
And you look good in that purple and in that black and gold.
All right, brother. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it tonight. I'm going to take one for the team.
So Q is up to 98 pounds lost, ladies and gentlemen, in the intermittent fast. And that deserves a likes and a love. So go ahead and hit that button and give the brother some likes and loves. He's been intermittent fasting for a year. His favorite protocol is a 20-hour fast with a 4-hour feeding window. Q exercises 4 to 5 times a week. I swear it's every day I see him walking. But
not true, not true.
My brother is out there. He's a carnivore. Does not drink alcohol, does not smoke, and also the most beautiful thing I could put up on the screen, no prescribed medication for a brother that's 60 plus years old. Give him some likes and love for that, y'all.
Thank you, appreciate it. And I want you to introduce my co-host and my little brother and my best friend in the world, Lenny Knight. Come on, let's give it up for Lenny Knight. And I say this every week, and I'm going to continue to say that. Lenny just loves helping people, and Lenny's just a genuinely great guy all around. Lenny's lost 50 pounds in the last year from intermittent fasting. His favorite protocol is also a 20-hour fast with a 4-hour eating window. Lenny also exercises probably 4 times a week. He likes to run. His diet is 70% vegetarian, 30% pescatarian. He will have his glass of wine here, beer here now and then. Lenny does not smoke. And Lenny is also on no prescribed medications, which is a wonderful thing.
Absolutely. It's a good lifestyle, brother. Good lifestyle.
Yes, sir. And Lenny, would you introduce our show consultant tonight?
Absolutely. Almost every week when we can get him, Arden Smith, one of my best friends, known this brother for a long time. He was the one that really kind of changed my lifestyle and got me into a better diet situation. Arden is, his weight loss is at a maintenance level because he really doesn't need to lose any weight. That's a beautiful thing when you get to that point. Q, you fastly approaching that.
Oh yeah, no question about it.
Arden's been intermittent fasting for many years, and I mean, his diet has always been fabulous ever since I can remember. His favorite method is 18 hours fasting with a 6-hour feeding window. He exercises 3 to 4 times a week. Brother just turned 50, and you can see the picture of what 50 and 1 looks like. I guess it's 51. Looks like the sun, baby. You know what I mean?
Come on, let's give him some loves and likes, y'all. Let's give him some loves and likes.
Arden is a 6th-degree black belt, and he's had 38 years as a martial artist. Amazing, brother, amazing. He's also been inducted into the U.S. Naval Academy Hall of Fame for his martial arts, and he also instructed down at the Naval Academy, taking the midshipmen into competition. He's 100% vegetarian, vegan most of the time, and that deserves a like and a love for my brother, Mr. Arden Natural Smith. Give it up.
And brother, you too kind.
All right.
Lenny, before we go any further, I want to welcome Keith Colbert, Lona Downs, LaCane Herndon, and Oscar Kidd, and any others who are watching right now. I just want to say welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Absolutely.
Kimberly Queen as well. How you doing, Kim Queen?
What's up, LaCane? Have a question for the show. Let me know when I can ask. You can ask a question anytime you want to, LaCane. Just interrupt us. It's all good, brother. It's all good.
It's just an intermittent thing.
Pierre Parker, welcome to the show as well.
Absolutely. Keith Grover, what's up? My brother was on last week. So we have another show consultant. He can't join us as often as we like, but Q, why don't you tell him about this brother, awesome brother that was on a few weeks ago.
Yes, sir. Mr. Clifton Coates, who's one of our show consultants and just a wealth of information. He's Director of Career Services at the University of District of Columbia. He's a long-term member of the Masonic fraternity. He has 45 years as a vegetarian, vegan, and an extraordinary motivational speaker. He's spoken for the National Urban League, the NAACP, the Broward County, Florida Chamber of Commerce, and many more. He is an author and he hosts his own podcast, For Those Who Know Me Well. And whenever we can have him on, we love having him on. He's a real resource and a wealth of information, Mr. Clifton Coates, who can't be with us tonight, but he will be joining us in the very near future.
As a matter of fact, Arden and I, Clifton is in the process of setting up his podcast at home. So Arden and I is going over to his residence tomorrow to kind of help him get his studio set up so he can continue his podcast because of the COVID situation. So,
I want to welcome Vonda Franklin to the show as well. How you doing, Vonda?
Welcome.
And LaCane wanted to know, can you have tea before, or will it break your fast? You can have green tea, LaCane, with no artificial sweetener and no kind of cream. If it's just green tea, regular green tea, it will not break your fast. Should you add any kind of artificial sweetener or cream, that would technically break your fast. And even though artificial sweeteners have no calories, the aspartame and things of that nature in artificial sweeteners have a tendency to trick the body and can effectively break your fast if you use those. So
I really talk about the aspects of aspartame. We'll work that into the show.
Yes.
I'd like to welcome Jesse Jane Ransom that's joined us. What's up, my brother? Vonda Franklin just jumped on. Hey, Vonda, thanks for the love. And also Kimberly Taylor. What's up, Kimberly? Thanks for jumping on. Q, we built a community. We've been building a community, my brother.
Man, the community is growing exponentially. I mean, particularly the ladies seem to be just blossoming. We have Cheryl Hunt. We have Joanne Jenkins, Cheryl Brooks, Vonda Franklin, Ashley Knight, Deborah Wilkerson-Wilson, Paris Lane, Tori Walton, Wanda Powell Burton, Gladys Young, who was a guest last week, Lisa Powell Johnson, Kimberly Queen, Charlisa Folks, Jackie Mason, Dua White, Laona Downs Hicks, Lisa Slade, Amada Bay Smith, and Shelly Brown Taylor, and more to come. I can't even see the last one. What was the last person?
That was it. Give them some likes and love, though, y'all. Give them people some likes.
Give them some likes and love. They deserve that.
Arden, you want to introduce the brothers that's doing this intermittent fasting routine with us?
Let me see if I can get through it. I got the brother Colbert, Keith Colbert, Sean Strain, Leonard Knight, we know that brother, Los, And Lenny, Rice in the building. You know who that is. LeCane, the man that was on the show last week. We appreciate you, brother. Definitely keep up the great work. John Stevenson. Is that Stevens?
Yep, John Stevens.
All right, perfect. I'm sorry, John, if your name was right behind the picture. Love you guys, appreciate you.
Now,
Tara Parker wanted to know, she had a question. She wanted to know if there's any kind of snack you can snack on, not during your fasting window. And remember, during your fasting window, and we'll go over that a little later on, but not during your fasting window, no.
Right.
Absolutely. So you want to give them the right information, you know. So the big thing is, you know, who wants to be next out there? I know we got some.
Throw your hands in the air.
Throw them like, wave them like you just don't care.
And if you want to intermittent fast, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you know. So, hey, y'all, look, we just got a YouTube channel we just set up recently. We are now live on YouTube, and as of the time I pulled this off of YouTube, we had 9 subscribers. And I'm going to say this to everybody who's on here right now. Please go help join our page because we are self-funding this show. We're not asking for no donation or nothing. So if you subscribe to the channel, that kind of helps the engagement. That kind of helps possibly fund us through YouTube. So, you know, it's Night Brothers Show. I shortened it. So if you just go to Night Brothers Show and subscribe, it's easier to find now. I changed the name as well, Q, just to straight Night Brothers Show. So
that's great. So please like and subscribe to our show if you would, please. Help us to grow our show.
We got a couple more people that just joined our Facebook, Q. Won't you welcome them if you can see them?
Yeah, we have Kimberly Queen, Lenny Rice, nephew Lenny Rice, Pandra Williams Cook, Tracy Billings just joined us. Hey, Tracy, how you doing? Good to see you as well.
Tracy Sims watching too.
Yep, and many others are coming on board. So we're glad to have you all on tonight.
Antonio, Bishop Palmer.
Oh, Bishop Palmer.
Okay. Good evening to you, Bishop.
That's his wife, or Bishop Palmer. Thanks for joining. What's up, nephew? Lenny Rice, Pandra Williams Cook, and who's that? Tracy Olden. I'm late to the game. Look, every week, y'all, we talk about a social subject. And this week's social subject is, has the heat wave affected you? Man, it's been hot, y'all.
No question about it.
We'll throw out a few questions. So type 1 for yes or 2 for no. And the first one is, has anybody's car overheated yet during this whole situation?
My thermostat gave out on me, but I didn't let it overheat. I saw signs and pulled over. But yes, indeed, I had the issue already.
Wow. Wow.
How about you, Roger? Anything hit you down yet?
Oh, no. You know, my car brand new. Ain't nothing wrong.
And I haven't gone any darn where, so my car's been pretty good too. So,
how about you, Pierre? Pierre, has your AC broken down yet or anything? You have any problems with that?
No, not with my car, but I'm having a little bit of issues with my my upstairs, my air conditioning upstairs. I'm hoping to hold on.
Yes, sir. You might have to break out a fan like that picture, brother.
Oh, I got the fan out. That's for sure.
Well, I know a guy. If you need him, let me know.
Anybody experience some dehydration out there with all this heat?
Oh, now that one, I have to say, yes, I've experienced that. I was sharing with Roger the other day. I got to call and talk to him about this. My daughter and I got out there walking Sunday, and man, I didn't feel it during the walk, but a few hours later, oh my God, I was feeling some kind of terrible. And he told me I was just dehydrated. So yeah, I've experienced that.
Look, Keith Coleman said Mercedes-Benz don't overheat. Is that you, Roger Parker?
No, I got the 300C and the special edition Doom Buggy out there.
I hear you, baby. Well, you good to go then on that. A couple people just jumped on. Q. Tim Wilson, thanks for joining in tonight.
Oscar Kidd just jumped in as well. How you doing, Oscar?
Welcome.
Has anybody stopped exercising, particularly outdoors, because of all of this heat? Pierre, what you seeing anything like that?
Well, no, not really. I've been in my basement, so I'm not a fan of heat stroke. I'm not. So if
I can say that I've modified mine, but I'm trying to get out there and beat the heat. Like this morning, I was out there really early, You know, before the heat and the sun really comes up, I try to get out there early now. If
Early
I'm
in the
going to
morning,
watch it all.
early in the morning or late evening.
Yes.
Hey, I always say it always feels nice at 5 a.m., man.
There you
You
go.
don't have to worry about your distance either, because ain't too many people out there to bump into you at home.
Lenny, could you read the disclaimer, please?
Absolutely. Look, we are not doctors, and legally we have to put this statement out there because we're talking about health and nutrition, and we just want to let everybody know we are not physicians, and this show is not providing medical advice for any ailments or medical conditions. If you have a medical condition, we strongly suggest that you seek the advice of a professional healthcare provider prior to attempting any of the information shown on this broadcast. So we got the disclaimer out the way. So tonight's subject, tonight's subject.
Yes,
is,
that's tonight's subject.
that's a subject for you right there. Making exercise a lifestyle. And we're going to talk with our special guest about that. And also, when is the best time to exercise when intermittent fasting? So we're going to dive into those two subjects tonight. But always we got to tell people, what is intermittent fasting, and how does this thing actually work? Q and Arden, can y'all break some of this down for me?
Yes, I always like to tell people that all intermittent fasting really is time restricted eating. And you have a window in which you're going to eat and a window in which you're going to fast. And during your fasting hours, you can consume foods at all. Somebody just asked, can you have snacks? Not during your fasting hours. Yeah. You can have drinks, but drinks with no calories like water, green tea, or black coffee, carbonated water. And sleeping hours are a big portion of your fasting. Arden, you want to handle the feeding hours?
Sure. Your feeding hours are 1 to 8 hours. As far as your eating is concerned, I mean, if you're somebody like Q, he's an OMAD, so 1 meal a day, dude. But that's for the champions. We all gonna be champions. We heading there, but basically the times that you'll eat, you're gonna have an 8-hour window. Don't pick out, eat sensibly, and then that retrains your appetite and shrinks your stomach down to its appropriate size.
Your hours of fasting, for the beginner, we always recommend a 16-hour fast with an 8-hour eating window. As you advance on, you may want to try an 18-hour fast with a 6-hour eating window, or the option, which the one I use mostly, a 20-hour fast with a 4-hour eating window, or one which I started with, OMAD, which consists of 1 meal a day. It just depends upon your goals and objective, but we really recommend a 16-hour fast to begin with, just to get your feet wet and get used to fasting.
Yes, indeed.
Q, we want to welcome Dre Day, who just joined us.
All righty, welcome.
Founder Franklin, had a question. Said you drink lemon water during your fast. You want to handle that, Q?
Yes, and I would say that the answer to that is yes. To have a slice of lemon in your water, it won't really break your fast. It won't raise your insulin levels sufficiently enough to break your fast. Just a slice of lemon, a sliver of lemon. Don't go heavy on that. And it'll give you a little different taste, and you should be fine with that. Lemon or lime, either one would be fine.
And it actually alkalines your water somewhat.
Exactly, Arden. Good point.
If you're trying to detox, you can tap a little cayenne pepper in it also.
Absolutely. Arden, we like to tell people how the intermittent fast works, and we call this Learn the Power hour by hour. So this is what actually happens to your body when you start going hours into intermittent fast. So why don't you kick the first couple of them, Arden?
So what happens during your intermittent fasting, your 8 to 10 hours, your insulin spikes, returns to its baseline. The glucose is used as fuel for the first, as far as your first meal is concerned. And that's when it starts burning off. 12 hours, your growth hormone kicks in, burning fat slow, and it slows the aging process, which we all love to hear that. Indeed, 12 to 14 hours, body starts using your glycogen, stores glucose as fuel, and your stored glucose as fuel. So it burns off all the stuff you really want to burn off. 14 to 18 hours, your body starts to switch to glucose, to ketones as fuel. So it burns what you want it to burn in reference to that. After it burns all those sugars out and gets you a lot more in a position of health. And
during the 16 to 18 hour frame, your body jumps into autophagy. And that's where your cells start to kind of eat itself and cleans out the toxins that's inside of your cell at the cellular level. And during the 18 to 20 hour period, you really in you know, high gear at that point. Your body is primarily using the ketones Arden just spoke of, which is basically stored fat as your source of fuel. And then if you really like a go-getter, my nephew, Lenny Rice, is actually on a 40-hour fast right now. I saw it on Facebook. So he's experiencing this 24 hours into 36 hours. Ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone, you got leptin and ghrelin. Ghrelin is the hunger hormone. It starts to decline and your brain starts neuron repair. Just amazing stuff happening when you get to this level. Inflammation reduces and more healing starts to take place in the body. So it is just huge. It's just a technique that's been used since mankind has been here to really kind of help your health situation. So about tonight's show, let me remind you again, developing a fitness lifestyle with our special guest. And also, we want to talk about the best time to exercise when intermittent fasting. So without further ado, we're going to jump into who our guests are. Developing a fitness lifestyle with our special guest. And I want all of y'all to hit the like and the love button right now. Let me see.
I'm loving and liking right now.
Like and love right now for Mr. Pierre Parker and Mr. Roger L. Parker Jr.
All right. Let's give it up for those guys.
Yeah. We got the Knight brothers and the Parker brothers in the building.
Yeah, we got the Parker brothers tonight. How about that?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, we are.
There we go. That's family there. That's family.
Right.
That's what it is.
Right, cousin.
So our first Parker is Mr. Pierre Parker. We're going to go into his background and bio in just a sec. Pierre's an awesome guy. I mean, just an absolutely fabulous guy. I was in a band with him for back in the 80s, Positive Connection. And Tamla, his beautiful wife that's passed, a lovely soul. And I mean, these cats found me in a grocery store and said, "Hey, you still playing bass?" I was like, "Yeah." They said, "You in the band?" I was like, "All right, cool." You know, Clyde Carr, a lot of good folks here. Gary Diggs, Joe Surgeon, and Arden used to rap for us. Mr. Natural Smith used to rap for us. We had a lot of fun back in the day. So, yes, indeed. Pierre Parker's bio is as follows, ladies and gentlemen, and it's tremendously impressive. The brother's been training for 20 plus years.
Right.
He has trained many pro clients that's in his that's under his tutelage. He's the owner of Oasis Fitness Training Studio in Ellicott City, Maryland. He's trained and certified as a trainer and in nutrition, and he was taught and learned from some renowned teachers, Mr. Todd Sweeney and Dave Spindell. Also, he's competed in various bodybuilding shows around the nation, pretty much. Pierre's competed, and he's also won for the NGA. And Pierre, I wrote this down, but I forgot what it was. Could you tell us what NGA is again?
The National Gym Association.
He won National Gym Association, was crowned Mr. Annapolis. So give it up for people from Annapolis out there. Give it up for this brother.
Naptown.
Naptown in the house.
Give it up for the brother.
Absolutely. Pierre also won 4th place at the NPC Junior Nationals. What's that stand for again, Pierre? My memory is horrible.
It stands for National Physique Committee.
So he won 4th place.
That's the road to Olympia.
That's the road to Mr. Olympia. Wow. Yeah. So that's awesome accomplishment there, Pierre. He also placed 5th at the OCB Yorktown, and this stands for this is a national competition that attracts people from around the world. What is the title, Pierre?
OCB, Organization of Competitive Bodybuilding.
Wow. And that attracts a competition from as far as countries as far away as Africa is what you told me, correct?
Africa, Australia, UK, you name it.
So for you to win 5th, that's saying something, my brother.
That's awesome. That is awesome, my brother.
Natural, no drugs, no drugs.
Natural too, I like that.
His last name is Parker, though.
That's right.
That's what the Parkers do.
That's what we do.
He was recently licensed as a massage therapist. So if you ladies want a massage out there, you can hit the brother up. You know what I mean? He has also a recording office with many albums that's on Spotify.com. So if you go to Spotify.com and you look up C. Pierre Parker, you'll see all of these albums at the bottom of the screen. I've been jogging to your latest album called The Good Times. That's the newest album, man. You got some hits on there, Pierre.
Oh, thank you, Lenny.
Got some hits, brother. So y'all go, you give him some likes and love, and y'all go check the brother out, listen to some of his music.
All right, give him some likes and loves, guy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, family.
Absolutely. So we want to get into this discussion with Pierre Parker. So let me unshare my screen. That's the album, his latest one called The Good Time. So let me unshare my screen, folks, and let's talk to Pierre Parker. Pierre, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing awesome, man.
Oh, man.
Awesome, you know.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I mean, quarantine down, but I'm awesome. I'm doing all right, you know.
I know you are, brother. I know you are. So, yeah, we want to ask you some questions because our show is kind of geared around newcomers and new beginners as intermittent fasting and people that's really starting to realize and take control of their health again. I just want to ask you some questions. Like, for the beginner person, what is like the best way for somebody to start an exercise program as a beginner?
Okay, well, you know, the most important thing is to start walking. You know, start with 15 minutes a day. You know, and you know, and try to, you know, eventually start to, you know, control your nutrition by cutting back on your sugar intake. You know, and cutting back on processed foods. You know, the idea is that, you know, most people when they first get started, you know, they really want to, you know, go for it or get involved in the exercise program, they go too hard too soon. They wind up injuring themselves. They wind up overdoing it, you know. And the idea is this is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be a laborious kind of thing. It's supposed to be fun. You know?
Yeah, that leads me to my next question too. When you said like some people start doing too much, what are some of the common mistakes that a beginner does make?
Well, I would probably say more likely, you know, they'll join the gym like me. You know, when I was with Clyde and his brother Bear, I joined. I was so upset one day. I decided I was going to join the gym from an incident that happened when we were actually performing. And so the next day I joined the gym. I don't want to tell you guys about it because I've already had enough laughs about it. But in the meantime, you know, it's more, I got with Clyde and these guys were pumping some serious iron and, you know, Bear, we used to call him Bear, his name was Anthony. He was into powerlifting and I jumped in there with them and thinking that I can handle what they put on me, they put it on me.
Yeah.
I couldn't move, but I had to call in from work. I couldn't move for 3 days. And so I know that, you know, they were just glad to have me there. And, you know, it was, you know, I only weighed like 128 pounds.
Wow.
And when I first started, and then so they kind of like, you know, my beginning weight was 145.
Wow.
So I was already lifting over my weight, you know, because they was determined that they wasn't going to take all those weights off from me.
I see what you're saying.
I started where they started and it killed me. So, you know, going at it like that is not the way.
Not good.
Right. Okay. Yeah. What's some of the things that you said for a newbie? Like, how often should they really start? If they're just starting the program, how often should they exercise?
I would probably say 3 days a week.
3 days a week.
Yeah, 3 days a week. And you want to do it like you might do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You might do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. It also depends on your goals. You know, what you kind of look like, you know, what you want, how fit you want to be, you know, all of that plays a major factor. Your goal determines what you're going to do.
I hear you. That makes a lot of sense, brother.
Yes.
And like, I know a lot of people, they get started and then like, you know, they're on this high and they're going real good. And then they hit a wall. Either life gets in the way, the job, family, stuff. All of a sudden they find themselves wanting to quit or not exercise. So how does somebody get beyond that? How do they or get back in the game?
Well, you know, you have to have a strong enough why.
Oh, my man. Say that again. One more time.
Good answer, my brother. Excellent answer.
You got to have a strong enough why. You have got to have a strong enough reason. Your reason for doing this has to be stronger than that little guy in your head to tell you, oh, you don't feel like doing this today, or you should quit.
That's a great answer. I mean, you know, your why is there. It'll motivate you to keep going. Yeah. So, a couple other questions I wanted to ask you about. So, if somebody wants to, let's flip it on the good side of it. So now they're rolling pretty good. They got their wire down, so they're moving on. But now they're saying, look, I want to increase. I want to go to the next level. What are some of the signs? When do they know, and when is it safe for them to increase their level of intensity with their program?
Well, I would say, when you first get started, and you usually about 2-3 weeks, to the probably 2 to 4 weeks, you'll start to, see some slight little results or something. You might lose a pound or two. You might, your belt might be a little bit looser, that kind of thing. And you're starting to feel like you're, gaining in strength. So,
okay.
In order to, so you don't plateau, because you can plateau every 2 weeks. If you don't change your workout exercise up, you will plateau, and then you will get into diminishing returns. So the goal would be is to challenge yourself every 2 weeks. So I would probably say, if you've been doing stuff at home, and you want to take it to the next level, that would probably mean joining a gym.
Okay. Or get a personal trainer like yourself or Roger.
Okay. Or get, one of the best things that you can do is get a personal trainer, because the idea behind it, even though you join a gym, even though they may show you some of the machines, they're not going to spend that kind of time with you that you might need, so you don't injure yourself. Most people wind up getting injured because they really don't know what they're doing. They don't understand the machines, and there's no method to their madness.
Yeah, so that segues me to the next question. For somebody that's now they're in the gym, they're moving, they're moving and grooving, now they're really going. So they have to advance or more of an intermediate level. Those people, you just said something that you can go into diminishing returns, which I haven't heard that terminology with exercising. How did that person prevent that, and how do they increase their results now that you're more intermediate and advanced?
Okay, well, that will have to do a lot with their nutrition, because overtraining is under eating.
Oh, my man.
So the idea behind that is when you start to join a gym and you start to using the machines and everything, usually your rep range, depending on your goals, again, maybe 12 to 15 reps. Lightweight might be 20 repetitions.
Okay.
But what happens with most people is they wind up doing the same machines all the time. Nothing changes. When they get to 12 to 15, and it's not hard anymore, so they don't increase the weight to try to, to become stronger. The body adapts. The whole idea behind this is the body learning how to adapt. And as the body adapts, you become stronger. So what happens is most people, I've met this guy when I was a manager at Bally's, and I was introducing myself to all these new people, because I was a new manager. And there's one guy came up to me and he says, "I've been a member for 30 years. And I'm looking at him like, you shouldn't have said that, because he looked he looked like he was just brand new. But he kept doing the same routine, same exercises all the time, and he was not getting results. So lack of results can come from, not increasing the weights when you know and feel you could or should, and not eating enough meals.
What about Pierre, if somebody's like they want to start a program, but they have some obstacles, like either they're afraid of COVID right now, they're afraid to go into a gym, or they might be ashamed. They might be ashamed of how they look right now if they don't want to go around people. So they want to refine themselves to the home. They want to, and then, or somebody that's just on a budget, really don't have enough money to really go to a gym, don't have equipment. What are some at-home techniques that people can do? No equipment, lack of money. How can somebody get started at home?
Right. Well, I would probably say there's a lot of things that you can do at home, because it's a lot of things that you can make up. So if you don't have, say you don't have weights, you can get a couple water bottles and put water in them. And if you're doing a fitness program, you can walk with the water bottles. If you can go to Target or Walmart and get exercise bands. And usually they come with a chart that can show you, how to use them correctly. So there's a lot of things that you can do. You also, if you have stairs, you can use the steps, you can do all kinds of things. Just find little things around the house. You can do, walking lunges from your living room, to your den. There's a whole lot of things that you can do, So it depends on how strong your desire is. And, the most important thing is, while COVID's going on and all that kind of stuff, people were sitting home, eating extra meals and, gaining, because they're not as active. Find things and find ways of being as active as you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Pierre, for somebody, go ahead. Go right ahead.
Appreciate it. How, and both of you really, because how important is it, especially when you start talking about weight and dealing with weight, to document and make a journal of where you are, what you're doing, reps, weight, because at that point in time, you can look back at what you're doing and know that you're gradually moving forward and how you felt and everything else. Do you kind of advocate that, or?
Well, from my perspective, Roger might have a different perspective. I started out, with documenting and trying to, because especially in the beginning when you're trying to figure out, okay, I want to build a chest, how do I go about doing that? So you find the information on how to do that. It might be doing, flat bench, it might be doing incline bench, it might be doing incline bench. So in the beginning, you may want to, write down your weight so you can see how much progress that you are making. After a while, I got to a point where I was more instinct training, meaning that I was allowing the natural feeling or desire of energy to flow through me to say what to do next. I was listening to my body.
Yes.
First, it's your mind trying to figure it out, how it all works. But when you get to a certain point, your body will talk to you and tell you what you're going to do. Even though I might know that's okay, today is going to be, chest and shoulders. I will not tell myself what I'm going to do, but I'll just get on the equipment and listen to my body and see how far I can go with it. And that actually becomes more instinct. And then you start to working on reshaping your physique and say, oh, I like to have a little bit more shoulders here. I like to build my chest up a little bit more here so it can be tight and I can, do all kinds of stuff with it. So it's just a time thing. You will gradually go into that where you won't necessarily need, to write things down all the time, because what that did for me, it kind of slowed me down a little bit after a while, because I was writing down, I go back and I write down, after a while, I knew what my goal was and what type of weights I was trying to lift and what in my mind's eye, what kind of look I wanted.
Awesome, man, awesome. Look, y'all, everybody give it up for Pierre Parker for me. Give me some likes, some loves out there. Thank you.
Great job, Pierre. Great job, my brother.
Excellent. So we're going to go into our next guest here tonight. Our second guest, his last name is Parker also.
Parker. That's right.
Another Parker, Roger Parker Jr.
Yeah, man.
Roger L. Parker Jr.
Roger's a lifelong friend of ours. I mean, I know his brother since I growing up. We used to hang out together. Q used to date his sister and, beautiful family, Alicia, and just, the whole family. If you know the Parkers, man, it's just a wonderful people. So y'all get some likes and love.
Come on, let's give it up. Let's give it up for Roger Parker, guys.
You want to break down the bio?
Roll out.
No question. Roger has an extraordinary bio, guys. You might want to listen up to this. Roger is a decorated command sergeant major from the U.S. Army, retired. He holds a bachelor degree in business management. He specialized in U.S. Army defense threat reduction in the chemical company. His duties were numerous bases domestically and around the world. Roger also advised President George Bush and Colin Powell on chemical defense missions. His awards include Joint Services Commendations, National Defense Service Medals, Global War on Terrorism Service Medals, and many other medals. Roger's, man, he has done a lot. A lot. He's airborne.
Airborne, baby.
Airborne.
What you tease about Roger? He jumped out of purposely good airplane. Just jumped out of it. Roger.
Hey, he straightened me out with that. Not all of them was working well, so sometimes he had to do it. I'd be right behind you too, Raj. You said
he's
down, we going out.
Lots of times. So Roger's a great guy.
But it's more, King.
There's more to come, though. There's more to come.
And Roger also, he's a graduate of Annapolis High School. And
That's
Roger's
right,
a
baby.
trainer as well.
Class of 1978, the best class in Annapolis High School. Right there.
Best class ever.
Now, do you want to talk about Roger's sporting exploits?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I played ball with your brother, you know, back in high school, back in the day. And Roger went on, when he was in the military, to do some great things athletically. He was selected to the U.S. Army Element basketball team. And here's pictures of him back in the day doing that. He's number 14, about to throw somebody's shot into the cheap seats over there, I see.
Did you block that shot, brother?
And they're still looking for that basketball. They're still looking for it.
He participated in the mini Olympics and represented the Team USA in competition against other national teams. And to become a member of this team, they had tryouts from all different military, from the Army, the Navy. And,
every branch.
Every branch, and only 20 people were selected, and Roger was one of them. He went on to be selected to an all-star game and win the slam dunk competition.
Give it up for him. Give it up for him.
And Roger,
that's because he's a Parker.
That's right.
Tell him. That's how them Parkers do it.
He's also a personal trainer, so you can hit either him or Pierre up for personal training, and they will hook you up with a program. And just a great guy all around. So we're going to interview this brother, one of my friends, all of our friends, Annapolis' own, Q. Can you do the
Let's give it up for him, first of all. Let's give Roger some more likes and loves, guys. Roger, once again, thank you, man. We've been trying to get you on for quite some time. We were finally able to get this done, and it's a pleasure to have you on here with the show tonight. First of all, I just want to say thank you. And I want to go through a series of questions with you, and they're similar to the ones we were asking Pierre, but I just want to get your spiel on that, because everybody has looks at things differently and has different ways in which they do things. First question I want to ask you is, what do you think is the best way for somebody to start a fitness program if there's someone who has never exercised before or never really showed interest in exercising? Maybe their doctors told them, look, you have to start some kind of exercise program. What would you recommend at that point?
Okay, if they never exercised before, because everybody knows your body got what's called muscle memory, but if they never exercised before, ever, I think they need to go to a gym and talk to somebody, because when you go out there not knowing, that's when you damage yourself. And you don't want to start off damaging yourself because you just killed motivation right there.
Yes.
So
very good answer. Good. And so that ties into the next question. What are some of the common mistakes people make when they first begin exercising?
Well, just like my cousin Pierre said, one of the common mistakes that Pierre already hit on, I want to hit on the other mistakes. One of the common mistakes is once they start working out, you know, they lose interest when they don't see results right away. And they need to understand that this is not an overnight thing. This is a time-consuming, destination change your life thing.
I like that. I like that.
When I talk to my clients and tell them, they say, well, I weigh myself every day. You don't do that. You know you could gain 5 to 10 pounds during the day. So when you weigh yourself, you can have what I call spot checks to see that you are on point. But you should weigh yourself once a month, and you should weigh yourself in the morning after you did your number one. And your number
you're preaching to the choir. Brother, you're preaching to the choir, brother. How many times, guys, have you heard me say to stay off the scale? How many times have you guys heard me say that?
Put the scale underneath the bed.
Yes.
Underneath the bed.
That's where mine is, underneath the bed.
Now, Roger, for that person who kind of loses motivation, that happens. I see this every year. Every year we see in January 1st, everybody runs to the gym. And then by the middle of February, where are they? What do you say to that person who overcome quitting their workout and giving up on themselves too soon?
Well, it's like Pierre said. I will caveat on him and go a little farther. You have to make it important to yourself. And if you can't make it important to yourself, pick somebody else out. You know, when I go to the gym, And well, you know, I work out with my lady, so that's always motivating for me.
Gotta know what does it for you. Right. I said you gotta know what does it for you.
Squats, I'm motivated. I'm motivated big time. But you know, when I would put myself before that, I think about my grandkids. There's only one you, and I want to be here for them. And just like Pierre said, going to the gym reverse that aging process.
Yes.
You know, my first grandson graduated from high school this year. I want to see my last grandson, who's 2 years old, graduate as well. So pick something that's going to keep you going. It may not be you. It may be something else. And pick that something else.
Once again, that's that strong why we're talking about. That's that strong why you were talking about originally. So that's, I guess that's so important. Lenny, you want to welcome some people to the show?
Yeah, before we go to the next question, my brother Marty, 50 and Fly Hayes is out there. What's up? Marty said, wow, haven't seen Parker since 82, 83 at Fort Bragg. Y'all was at Fort Bragg together?
Yeah, we was at Fort Bragg together.
Yeah. Okay.
Orlando Mako said he loves this. Lodi Mako said he loves this. Joy Walker is watching. She's saying hello, good everybody. Armand Wallace is watching this.
Armand, what's up, Armand?
78 in the house.
Yeah, and the others. So we want to just recognize everybody as we can. But Roger, let's continue on. I know this answer is probably different from every individual, and you'll probably break it down as such. But how often do you think people should really exercise?
Well, somebody just beginning or a new person?
Yeah, a beginning person or even just in general.
Well, if you're just starting, I go with Pierre, you know, go every other day. Yeah. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday. And the reason why is because your recovery is longer when you first started. Yeah. So if I'm always hurting when I go to the gym, I'm going to quit. You need to allow 24 hours to allow those muscles to get a rest. The only muscles you could work every day continuously is your stomach muscles.
Yes.
Because they have the ability to adapt. There's so many of them there, you know, a 12-pack is all the go. There's so many of them there that once one of them hurt, the other one.
He's absolutely right, because they're high rep muscles.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
They like reps.
They can withstand that. Okay. Yeah. All right. So Roger, once somebody, a beginner, is starting to feel it once again, they want to move on to the next phase. How should they gradually begin to increase their program? What would you recommend for somebody who wants to just up it a little bit, up it up a notch, kick it up a notch?
Okay, so the when they kick it up, right, they have to be, okay, say I'm doing, you know, everybody know lower reps, high weights, build your muscles, lighter weights, more reps, cut you up. So whatever routine that you set yourself for, right, when that, just like Pierre said, when that becomes easy, your body will tell you it's time to add even more weight, depending on what you're going for, or another rep. But see, another thing I would say about that is you have to constantly trick your body. In 8 weeks, your body will adjust to whatever you're doing. It will, 8 weeks. Yes. So tricking your body is easy. And a lot of people say, well, what I'm gonna do to trick my body? I'll say, okay, say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday, you do chest and back. I always do the supporting muscle with the major muscle. So do chest and back, biceps and shoulder, and then, you know, your legs, switch it up. Then next week, after your 8 weeks come, your body know when you're going to the gym, it's Monday, you're going to do chest and back. Okay, so I ain't going to do chest and back today. Today I'm going to do abs and legs.
Okay.
Wednesday,
shock in the body.
That body. Wednesday, I'm going to do
that makes sense.
You know, and then Friday, then I'm going to do my shoulders and buys. Yeah. Switch up. So with my clients, I don't wait 8 weeks. I keep their body in a shock state because I switch up every 6 weeks.
All the time.
Good. That's great.
They might know what muscles they might be training, but they never know what they're going to do.
Right.
Just changing exercise.
Roger is absolutely right.
Yeah. Roger, Marty Hayes said he remembers seeing you bowling against Robert Brickey of Duke University.
Wow. You got to play against people like that?
Yeah, I did.
Did you take him to the hoop side? You dunked on him?
No, he dunked on me.
Class of 78, son.
Keep it real, Raj. Keep it real, brother. Keep it real.
Cute.
Listen,
I tell you what, he know it wasn't no easy win.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't no easy win.
Yeah. Now, Roger, how about for people, actually the same question, for someone who has very little or no money and wants to get started, they may not even have equipment. What is something that you recommend that anybody can really do that?
You know what? Pierre was all over it. There's 100 things in your house that you can use. Everybody got a gallon water jug or a gallon milk jug in there. You drink that milk up, now you got weights. Now you can stick your feet underneath your bed and do your sit-ups. Now, if you want to do isolated sit-ups for your stomach, grab your broom handle or your mop handle, put it behind your head. That way you can't use your arms. You just isolate your stomach. Reverse yourself around, put your hands underneath the bed, bring your knees to your chest. Bring your legs open. It's a million things you could do. Take your doggone chair from your dining room table, sit on the edge, and do some doggone push-ups with your shoulders. Do some back up. Turn around and face it. Do it the front way. You just completed a workout. Never left your house.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, one of the things I think it holds people back from exercising and particularly going for the gyms, in addition to being afraid of going to the gym because of COVID right now, I can understand that. But some people are kind of like, they feel like they may get body shamed if they go to a gym and they're not in good condition. And those are the people who need it most. So what do you say to people like that who are afraid to go to the gym because they may not be in best condition, but it's something that they need? What can they do mentally to get past that?
One, right, when they walk in the gym, well, first of all, I never gave what anybody say about me. But when you walk in the doggone gym, you have to remember this. At one point, all those perfect bodies were where you were.
Oh my God. Oh
At
my
one
God.
point, all those perfect bodies were where you were. You see what I'm saying? And number two, no matter how slow you start or how hard it is, you still lapping that Mardoon that's sitting at home on the couch.
Yeah.
And that is so true. I'm going to take the time to welcome a few other people who have joined us. Wanda Powell Burton, who's watching, I want to say hi to you. Lisa Riviere, hi to you as well.
Lisa was our guest. It was our guest.
Yeah, Lisa was a past guest of ours. Wanda Powell Burton, we want to get you on the show too. So I want you to reach out to me because we want to get you on the show to document your journey. Continuing on, Roger, when people then may have a couple of dollars they put together, what are a couple of pieces of equipment that you would recommend people to get and to use if they want to work out in a gym or at home even? What was something that you recommend that the people could use or purchase?
Caveat once again with my cousin. Whatever your goals are, that's the piece of equipment that you want to spend your money on. If I'm one of those persons, I put myself on a good diet and I want to lose weight, I probably get a jump rope.
Yes.
If I'm one of those guys, because most people that want to add muscle, they already at the weight that they want to be. So if I want to add muscle, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna buy some dumbbells, just like Pierre said.
Yes.
And I'm gonna start working out then. And if you want to put on muscle, you have to increase that calorie intake. So you're looking at two different diets for two different missions.
Yeah.
And that will dictate what equipment they will go. Buy.
So basically, it's what you're looking to accomplish would lead to what you want to purchase.
Yes.
What your ultimate goals are.
So this question then goes to both of you, both you, Pierre, and you, Roger. The differences in training, because we really didn't tackle this with you, Pierre, as much as well. So I want both of you to give me your answers on this as we close out this segment. The differences in training for weight loss and the differences in training if you're trying to build muscle mass. Could you both break down the differences between the two, if you would?
Go ahead, Pierre.
Well, okay. Well, you got to look at it like, you got to look at it like this. My thoughts would be is that, we have different body types. There's ectomorphic, there's endomorphic, and there's mesomorphic. And whatever your body type is.
Hold on for a second, P. What are those terms, just in
case? So an ectomorphic is a person like me that has a very fast metabolism. Okay. And what that means, if I want to gain muscle, that means I need to eat, anywhere from, 5, 6 times, even 7 meals a day. If I am a mesomorphic, that means I might have a perfect body type for bodybuilding, which means I might need to eat maybe 4 or 5 meals a day, train average, heart decent, and gain incredible muscle. Then you have an endomorphic person who is a person that basically, you know, carries a lot of body fat. Then you have to really, really restrict their calorie intake, train them with light weights and do a lot more calisthenics and a lot more conditioning training. So it all comes down to your goals. And the nutrition is definitely different when you're talking about, you know, trying to look diesel and trying to cut up. So what bodybuilders do, we train, you know, to put on as much muscle as we can. And then we adjust our diet by cutting our carbs, increasing our water, taking out the sugar, taking out the salt, you know, and hitting the cardio.
That's some of the fasting principles right there. So that's great.
Excellent.
Roger, now Roger, you want to add to that about somebody who's trying to lose weight. What would you recommend for that?
First of all, they have to get a diet that they can stick to, and not none of these like what you guys do, but not none of these fad diets where you lose 20 pounds in 1 month. You know, you lose 20 pounds in 1 month. Once you start eating regular, you gain that 20 plus 10.
Yeah.
So you need to set yourself up with a diet that you can live with.
Sustainable is the word. Sustainable.
Here's the key to thought that most people don't realize. If you on a diet and you hungry, that's not a diet. That's not a good diet. Not be hungry on a diet.
Woo!
I'm gonna say that.
Dropping bombs, brother. You're dropping bombs.
You should not be hungry on a diet. If you're on a diet and you hungry, it's the wrong diet for you, and you're not getting enough nutrition for your goal. You know, just like Pierre, you know, I got a certification in nutrition as well. I also fitness exercise study. Because see, that's what we do. We Parkers, we smart like that. So,
Pierre,
I want to welcome Flower Blossom to the show. How you doing, Ren? Sherry Medley, welcome to the show. Armand Wallace just said, say it again, brother. Kimberly Queen said, good information. Lisa Riviere said, good questions being asked tonight. And so many other
Marty Hayes said to you, Pierre, known Pierre a long time. He and Jamie, our parents, were tight. So that was back in the day.
Yep.
Yes, sir. So Q, we're gonna move on to our next segment because we're coming at the end of the show here. But,
can I say one thing real quick, gentlemen?
Absolutely.
Is there both of you gentlemen, I just want to make sure we don't miss this beat. Can you tell the people out here how to get in touch with you guys, man, with your wealth of information? I'd be remiss if I didn't make sure that they knew how to reach you, Mr. Parker and Mr. Parker.
Mr. Parker.
Okay. Well, you know, you can email me. It's Pierre, Pierre P50 @gmail.com, or I'm on Facebook Messenger, or just, you know, basically on Facebook. You can catch me there pretty much anytime.
On my email at TyrellJP1 @gmail.com, or you can hit me on Facebook as well, on Facebook Messenger. I'm on there as well.
Spell that email out for him just in case.
Tyrell, TYRELL, JP1 @gmail.com.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, brother. All right, let's continue on.
Welcome a couple of people. Marcel Colbert jumped on.
Hey, Marcel, how you doing, brother?
George Smith just jumped on, and Robbie Robinson. Robbie got a hell of a studio, Pierre. You know, Robbie used to come in the Cheesecake Man back in the day. That brother got a top studio.
His studio is awesome.
Yes, it is. So look, we're gonna move into the next segment because we're wrapping up tonight, and we want to, talk about the best time when you're to exercise when you're intermittent fasting. So, Q, I'll throw a couple things out there. Number one, right before you end your fast, is that a good time? Or at the beginning of the fast, is that a good time? Or during your eating window? So,
jump in on this one, brother, since this is right down my alley.
Absolutely. And Q, I'm gonna go ahead and tie these together with the next screen, and we can talk about them all at once. Which is the worst times to exercise. So you got some best time, and we relating this to intermittent fasting more so, not just exercise in general. So, and one of them is when you're sleep deprived? Now I'm gonna throw that out to the experts out here. Pierre or Roger, how's working out when you're sleep deprived? And why is that not good for you?
It is absolutely the worst, horrible thing you could do. Number one is the main reason is, even though I tried this one day, I ate like I was supposed to. And, I went in the gym and I was all pumped up in my mind and ready to train. And when I got there and I started working out, I realized that I couldn't lift the weights that I normally would lift. And I didn't realize it was because, but then I started thinking about it. Well, I only had 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
So that will lead you to an injury real quick.
That's right. And that's called sleep deprivation. We used to deal with that a lot in the military. Wow. And also, your body can't work 2 things at one time. And let me break that down real quick, because I know we're on time. If I'm tired, my body is doing everything to burn energy to keep me awake. It can't do that and give me the extra strength I need to lift weights. So one of them got to go.
Yep.
One of them got to go. And your body gonna make that choice for you. Your body gonna say, hey, we ain't messing with these weights until you give us some rest.
The number two one, Roger, is when you're sick. Can any of y'all talk about that one for me? It's the worst time to exercise. And why when you're sick, you shouldn't be exercising?
I can pretty much, from my perspective, when all of my clients, if any of my clients come in the gym, they got the sniffles or they sick or they have a cold, I send them home right away. Because even though they might feel like they could make it through the workout, the body is trying to fight off something. And in the meantime, so here you are trying to work out, the body is going to go either way. Hey, look, we can't do this. So what's going to wind up happening is if you're sick and you train, actually, you're going to be sick a lot longer because your immune system is trying to come back.
Oh, great answers.
Stay home, get well, come back then.
Q.
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right, because he's smart. He's a Parker. But your white blood cells are the blood cells that fix everything in your body. They attack all the virus. So if your white blood cells are attacking, they're not assisting your red blood cells, will give you the oxygen to your muscles. Not only are you sick, now you're starting to cramp up. So PA 100% right. Take a little butt home. I see you when you get well. And to go back to what I said in the beginning, your body can't fight 2 things at one time.
Gotcha.
Q, can you talk about the third thing? I don't have it on the screen, but I'll just verbalize it. Some of the worst times to exercise is directly after you've had a big meal, and why that just doesn't jive with the body as well.
No, that's not a very good time, because your digestive system is in overdrive at that time. You're trying to fight off that meal. I'll go back to what we said originally. What's the best time to exercise? And the best time to exercise is when you're in a fasted state. And the reason why that's the best time to exercise is because of twofold. First of all, your body is running off of your excess storage, which is your fat, okay? And so while you're exercising, while you're fasting, you're doubling down. Not only you're burning calories because you're exercising, you're burning calories because you're using that stored fat as energy while you're exercising. So you're getting a quite the bang for your buck. No question about it. So, but after you just finished a big meal, that is not the time you really want to be exercising.
No doubt. Arden, I know some people, they try to get it in. They say, look, it's late. I haven't done anything. I'm going to get this exercise, then I'm going to go to sleep. Why is that not good, brother?
Well, I mean, it also goes right back into just like being tired and going there. You're sleepy, the first thing that goes is your mind.
Yes.
And when your mind's gone, you get injured. It's just like on the court. If you're out there running around and you're tired, there's more of a chance of you injuring yourself. But bottom line is, if you're tired, you're not going to focus like you need to be on that. And there is a whole mental aspect of you exercising also that should connect with you exercising. That's a problem.
Great answer, Arden. If somebody does exercise right before they go to sleep, let's say they get in a nice workout and they're trying to go sleep an hour later, what's going to happen to them? What's going to happen to their sleep?
They might not get to sleep.
Well, usually what happens, for me or somebody that's weight training, or if you wind up training late, you should have staggered your meals so you have enough, you know, glycogen storage so you can get to your workout, which may be okay. But usually if you work out that late, and it's usually around your bedtime or whatever, you're throwing your sleep system off. And, you know, you might be too pumped to just go to, you know, to go to sleep. So it can go either way with that. I just think that, you know, that you know, your body has rhythms of times when you feel your optimum to work out, and usually that late at night is usually not going to happen, and it's throwing your whole system off. At 2 o'clock in the morning is usually the time when your body is in full repair. So you're throwing your whole repair system off. You're throwing your immune system off. All these repair systems are thrown off. Not good.
You know, and you're absolutely right on that one, because people forget. Think about this. When you go to the hospital, you get an operation, all that stuff, what they do, they put you to sleep. You know why? Because when they put you to sleep, you resting, and that is the time when your body repairs the damage that is done. So going there at 2 o'clock, your body already saying, look, we getting ready to shut down.
Right.
And just like Pierre, you could possibly injure yourself because you're trying to push through when your body's saying, no, we need to take this break.
You know, Roger, I've done that, and I'm living testament of that, that sometimes, you know, I'm trying to get in a workout when I know I shouldn't be. I should just go ahead and listen to my body and I rest. And it really messes you up for, I don't get the most out the exercise. And also, I wind up being tired and stuff the next day because I didn't sleep well and everything else.
Yes.
Yeah, I will say one thing, because we have quite a few people that have different cycles as far as work, as far as everything else. So when I was running the karate school, and, you know, I would start at 3:30, finish the last class at 9:30, 10 o'clock. We used to have people come in and train for the nationals, the international competitions, professional competitions, and they start showing up at 9:30, 10 o'clock. And we worked till probably 1 o'clock sometimes. But, you know, that was after they worked out and everything else. But you have to also fit that into your day. So that means you still have to get that adequate sleep at that point in time. And I was one of those people, like I was in recording, like me and Lenny, and, you know, running recording studio and stuff like that. So 2:30 sometimes may have been my training time. I might have got out the studio, opened the karate studio up and worked out for 2 hours and went home to sleep. But I was used to working at night. We recording all night, toured everywhere. Pierre knows. 7 o'clock in the morning, coming home, putting equipment away. That was my life. So me jumping out there and going out and working out at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, I might be running through Annapolis at 3 o'clock in the morning. People like, what you running from? You need a ride? No, man, I'm good. I'm just getting it in. But you gotta find out what works for you also. Everybody, as far as how your body feels and what you have to do in your work schedule and everything else, you are the expert there. Definitely get the professionals to show you how to maximize your lifestyle and give you all of those jewels and everything that Mr. Parker and Mr. Parker were giving you. But you definitely have to understand that you have to fit it in your life cycle, and you're an individual and your life cycle may be a little different, but those rules still apply as far as being tired and being late. Those are two different things. So you still have to focus on, you know, what's going to work for you guys.
I want to acknowledge Keith Queen and a few others who've joined since we started. New people have come on board. And Lenny, there are some comments there. You want to read some of the comments and questions people may have before we close out tonight?
Absolutely. A couple comments we have. Lona Down says, I think if I exercise, I would see it more. Plus, I need to cut out the sugar completely.
And that sugar's
I'm trying to take baby steps. Y'all give her a like and love, because that.
Got to get started somewhere. Got to get started somewhere.
And she started with intermittent fast, and she's doing a heck of a thing with that. Yeah. Tracy Billings said, you know, you can pass out if you weight lift without eating for a long period of time.
Absolutely.
That's correct.
So you got to have some energy to do that. Absolutely. Lona Dancer, my husband said he exercised before you eat, which I definitely like that too, because you're burning some fat, especially if you're intermittent fasting in a fasted state. Lisa Vera says she jumps on a mini trampoline.
Love it.
To move her lactic acid. Very good. Armand Wallace said, great discussion, gentlemen. He had to jump on a business call, so he said peace and love to us. Same to you, brother. And look, we want to move into thanking our guests. And look, everybody that's still viewing at this point, can y'all do me one favor? Because these two brothers here,
yes, sir,
Annapolis owned brothers, born and raised, you know, right in their own hometown, you know, bringing like just tons of knowledge about this topic that we're talking about tonight. do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the love button, get in touch with these brothers, watch the rebroadcast. I'll text I'll put their contact information in the chat group, and y'all reach out to these brothers so that y'all can give them some help, let them help you so y'all can help each other. I'm gonna put it that way. So give them some likes and love. Thank y'all, Pierre and Roger, for jumping on. And
we appreciate y'all guys. And hopefully we'll have you back. You know, this won't be a one-time thing, guys. We'll have you on periodically, and we'll discuss more things about exercise, because that's one of the parts of this fasting that if you really want to get good results, you know, there has to be a certain amount of exercise involved. No question about it.
Gentlemen, we're doing a 5K later on this year. We definitely want you to be a part of that. And we will be reaching back out to you, you know, to kind of get us and get our community in shape for it.
Is that the run or the walk?
Oh, you could do it.
Burton says it's a great show tonight. Lisa Riviera says she's really enjoyed the show tonight. And so many comments like that. So guys, we just want to continue to bring you value every week. That's what we strive to do here with the Intermittent Fasting with the Knight Brothers show. Every week to be topical and to help people just improve their health. That's what we're all about here, guys.
Q, I'm gonna take these last couple of minutes and you know, thank our panelists. I mean, and thank our show consultant, Arden Smith, who comes on.
Oh, no question about it. Come on, let's give him some likes and love.
Give it up for my brother.
Give him likes and loves as well. He deserves it.
And let the show close out with a closing word from Pierre Parker and Roger Parker. Y'all can flip a coin who wants to go first.
Hey, Roger, you go first, Roger.
Go ahead, cuz.
Well, you know, I just want to, you know, say to people that I think that now is a really, really important time, you know, because of the COVID situation, you know, and most regular life situations, Black folk are always the one that's got the issues.
Right.
You know, so knowledge is power. So it comes down to a point of where we really have to, you know, focus more on our nutrition, the stuff that we're putting in our bodies, you know, watching the sugar, cutting out the high fructose corn syrup, all these things. And, you know, even the soul foods that we eat will lead you to seeing your soul sooner than you want to.
There you go, baby.
So, you know what I'm saying? So,
oh my God, brother. Oh my God.
Say that again, Pierre. I like how you said that. Say that one more time.
I just don't want people to meet their souls sooner than they have to. And a lot of it comes down to, you know, nutrition, eating the wrong foods. Come on, people. You know, it's time for us to really, really, you know, COVID is giving us a clue here. You know, we're at the top of the charts on everything. Why is that? High levels of stress, you know, systemic racism. And on top of that, you know, you're dealing with eating the wrong types of foods. This is an easy fix for all of us. We just need to know how to do it, you know. And, you know, I'm one of the people who have dedicated my whole entire life, you know, to helping people to be healthier, you know. We're all God's children, and part of my life's mission has been that. So, you know, I will always be doing that until the last breath I take.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Roger, you want to add something? You want to add something as well, Roger?
Yeah, I will go ahead and, well, you know, I've been training people to be in shape my whole life ever since I was but for 30 years and on. But I want to shout out to the people real quick. I just want to tell y'all, don't ever let anyone stop you from becoming the best you. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to go ahead and go on and die. Never let anyone stop you from being the best you. You know why? There is only one you. And we need each and every one of you. Think about this. If you cancel out, who's going to replace you in your family? We all depend on each other. So don't never let anybody stop you from being the best you. And that's it.
That's powerful.
Thank you, brother. That's powerful, man.
That why, how strong that why has to be.
Yep.
Brother, appreciate you, Mr. Parker.
Hey, look, you know what? I want to thank y'all, Parker and Parker, the law firm.
Yes, sir.
Law firm. Look, because y'all brought a lot of great value to the show tonight. It's probably one of our most enjoyable shows that we've done, that we've hosted. And anytime that you want to come back, let me know. We'd love to have you on. I think that the audience out there really loved it as well. And with that, We're going to say peace and love next week. Back on Tuesday night. And y'all make sure y'all join us. Thank you for joining the Night Brothers Intermittent Fasting Show. Good night.
And also, do not forget to subscribe to our new YouTube channel. Do not forget to subscribe to our new YouTube channel, Night Brothers.
And give it these brothers right here.
All right, brothers. Peace and love.
All right, everybody. Peace out.
Next time.